What if I told you that this video is alchemy happening right now before your eyes? No, it's not just another piece of content on the internet. If you clicked, if you're here, it's because something inside you asked for this, asked for change, asked for truth. In spiritual alchemy, nothing is by chance. Chance is just an unrecognized law. Everything follows a principle. Everything is mental. Everything vibrates. Your thought was the cause. This video is the effect. You feel it because even if your mind questions it, deep down, you know this is no coincidence. The Kybalion, this veiled work guarded for centuries among initiates, doesn't show up for everyone. It only appears to those who are ready to break the veil of illusion and begin transforming their own reality from the inside out. Being here now is your sign. And it doesn't matter if you understand everything or still feel lost. The truth is, you don't need more information. You need to remember. What's going to be said here will help you do exactly that. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to use the 7 principles of the Kybalion to completely change your reality in a practical, direct, and definitive way. But first, you need to hear what only those who are ready can hear. Long before modern science, even before religions were structured as we know them today, there was a name whispered among priests, philosophers, and initiates: Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great, thrice master, thrice initiated into the deepest mysteries of creation. He is the point where two ancient cultures meet. In Egypt, he was Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and time. In Greece, he became Hermes, the messenger between worlds, patron of hidden knowledge and divine communication. The fusion of these two figures resulted in an archetype so powerful that its influence crossed centuries, hidden among symbols, ciphers, and coded words. Hermes was considered the founder of the first mystery school in Egypt, a temple where knowledge was not handed out directly but experienced by those who were ready to receive it. His teachings were so secret, so sealed, that they gave rise to the term we still use today: hermetic knowledge, a locked wisdom inaccessible to the superficial gaze, reserved only for initiates, like a spiritual vault guarding the laws that govern the invisible. About 35 works were attributed to him, many of which were lost in the fires that destroyed the Library of Alexandria. But a small part survived, and it was this spark that lit the flame of a work that would pass through the centuries: the Kybalion. Written in 1908 by authors who chose to remain anonymous, signing only as the 3 initiates, the Kybalion is not an ordinary book. It is a treatise, a coded compendium that synthesizes the entire essence of original Hermeticism. Although it may seem recent, its foundation is ancient. The language may have been adapted to the modern world, but the content pulses with the same energy as the hieroglyphs carved into the stones of the Temple of Hapi. This oral and vibrational lineage was never meant to be popular. That's why few have heard of it, and even fewer have understood it. All is mind, the universe is a living thought. And it is precisely because of this silent legacy, passed on in an almost invisible way, that the first principle revealed in the Kybalion has such a deep impact: mentalism. According to this law, everything that exists, absolutely everything, is mind. The entire universe, with its planets, galaxies, cycles of nature, human emotions, ideas, and memories, is all a living thought vibrating within the consciousness of the all. This is not a metaphor. For the initiates, this is literal. You are not observing the universe from the outside. You are inside it. More than that, you're inside the mind of God. Imagine a mind so vast, so powerful, that everything it thinks manifests as reality. That is the essence of the all. the primordial consciousness, the source. The Hindus called it Mahatma, the cosmic mind. The Gnostics called it Pleroma. The Hermetists simply call it the All. But what does that mean in practice? It means that the reality you live in right now is directly shaped by the quality of your thoughts. Everything begins within. Nothing moves out there without first moving in here. The mind is the matrix. Your perception, your mental patterns, your deepest beliefs. All of that functions as the brush with which you are painting your existence. It's as if we are living inside a simulation, but a simulation created by spiritual laws. And the most surprising part, you actively take part in this creation. Your thoughts, emotions, intentions, and vibrational states directly affect the events around you. This truth is behind everything the ancient masters taught. That's why Buddha said, "Suffering is born from the mind." That's why Jesus said, "Faith can move mountains." And that's why Hermes revealed, "Everything is mental." Modern quantum physics is beginning to align with this idea. The famous observer effect, which shows how the behavior of particles changes depending on the presence of an observing consciousness, is just one of many pieces of evidence that the mind influences matter. So, if the universe is mind, and you are a spark of that supreme mind, what is stopping your life from being consciously shaped? And when you begin to understand that everything is mind, that reality is shaped from the inside out, a question naturally arises. Then why do things seem to happen so randomly? Why do some people suffer so much, while others move through life with ease? The answer lies in what the Kybalion reveals directly. Everything happens according to law. True chance does not exist. What we call luck, coincidence, or fate is actually just a spiritual law we have not yet recognized. The universe is not random chaos. It is a perfect symphony governed by 7 universal laws. And these laws don't need your belief to operate. Just like gravity doesn't stop acting if you don't believe in it. The Hermetic laws act on your life constantly, even if you're unaware of them. One of the most important is the law of cause and effect. Everything you are living today is a direct consequence of causes set into motion in the past. Not just actions, but thoughts, emotions, and vibrations you've maintained over time. This is karma, this is subtle physics, this is Hermeticism in its purest form. To illustrate this more clearly, I'll share with you a brief story that perfectly represents this principle. In a village surrounded by mountains, there lived an old gardener known for his calm and wisdom. Every day, he tended his plants with great patience, even when the sun was harsh or the rain destroyed his garden. A young man from the village, frustrated with his own failures, asked the old man why his life was so hard, while the old man seemed to live in peace. The old man smiled and said, "Come early tomorrow morning. I want to show you something." The next morning, they took a seed to the top of a hill. The old man asked the young man to plant it and then return every day to water it. At first, nothing happened. After weeks, a small sprout appeared. The young man began to smile, but one stormy day, the sprout was ripped out by the wind. Frustrated, the young man shouted, "See, nothing ever works out." The old man calmly replied, "You want to harvest an oak tree with the patience of a flower. That was just one cause among millions. Your life is the sum of all the seeds you've planted, whether you were aware of them or not. Some sprout quickly, others take years. Some you've forgotten you even buried. But no seed fails to answer the law. You don't have to get everything right. You just need to align your being with the law. When you change internally, the universe responds. It always has. But now, you're starting to hear it. And before you go, there's something really important waiting for you in the first pinned comment. I've left the book, The Kybalion, for anyone who wants to get it and dive even deeper into this ancient knowledge. And if, in any way, this video touched you and you feel like supporting this work, I've also left a direct link for contributions. This really helps keep the channel going and spread this message to more people who, just like you, are ready to awaken. See you in the next.